All my people, can I get a hello? Hey yo, welcome back to another episode of the Hello Effect Podcast with me, your host Seek, aka Mr. Hello. All my people, can I get a hello? Hey yo, welcome back to another episode of the Hello Effect Podcast with me, your host Seek, aka Mr. Hello. And before I get into who my special guest is, I just want to shout out to all my supporters, my followers, you know what I mean, for always continuously following and showing love, man, because without y'all, nothing is possible, you know what I mean? And also, I do want to say, if you're an artist out there that want to be seen and heard, make sure you holla at us. So without further ado, I'm going to allow my guest to introduce himself. Like, let the people know what's your name, where you from, and what is that you do.
My name is RNL Stackz. What's going on, people? What's up to the Hello Effect Podcast? I really appreciate being here. My name is RNL Stackz. I come from Brooklyn, New York. I'm an artist. I don't want to classify myself as just a rapper. I'm an artist. I sing, I rap, you know what I mean?
All right, so let me ask you this question. Why wouldn't you classify yourself as just a rapper and an artist? I like you said that, but let the people know why you say that for.
Because I don't want to put myself in one box, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's endless, especially when you jump in the studio. I could record almost any and everything, if it makes sense.
So you versatile, that's what you're trying to say?
Yes.
Oh, that's what's up. All right, so let's start. So you say you're from Brooklyn, whatever.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Shout out to BK. I had a lot of Brooklyn artists up here. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people from Brooklyn. Actually, Shalik is actually from Brooklyn. You know what I mean? So
okay.
That's what's up. So for anybody that don't know Brooklyn, you know what I mean? What part of Brooklyn are you from and stuff like that? Because it's different parts of Brooklyn.
Listen, man, I always have to be genuinely honest. I grew up in Brooklyn, but I was born in the Bronx.
Okay. All right. Shout out to the BX.
But I spent majority of my years in Brooklyn.
Okay.
The part, Brownsville, Crown Heights area.
Okay, so what was it like growing up in Brooklyn for you though? Like, you got any like brothers and sisters? Like, give a little people a little bit of your childhood. How was it growing up and stuff like that?
It was first things. It was a culture class.
Okay.
Because it's a lot of cultures that's in Brooklyn. You know, besides African Americans, you have the Jewish community. You have the Caribbean community that's very heavy. You have a Spanish community that's very heavy. So, but with growing up in that, I got to Brooklyn. I was about my 10th grade year in high school to now. So, man, growing up, it was crazy. It was crazy. It was just me and my older sister. Up until I was about 18, I now have a younger sister, but it was typical, you know what I mean, trying to find your way as a man.
Okay.
'Cause I'm the only boy,
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean, out of my family pack. So it wasn't too much to adapt because the Bronx wasn't too far different, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So was you into like sports and stuff like that?
Very.
Well,
basketball
like,
heavy.
Basketball, you was nice at basketball. That's
Yes.
what's up. All right, so let's talk about like your music thing, like, you know what I mean? Because everybody know it's some greats that's from Brooklyn, obviously. Jay-Z, Biggie, and there's a bunch of other people I ain't gonna name. So how did you fall into music? You know what I mean? Was it some of them, the greats I named that had you want to do music, or somebody in your family introduced you to music or whatever?
They definitely played a part of my influence of wanting to do music, but to be honest, it started with DJs. I was a DJ from the age of 13 all the way up until the year 2013.
Oh, word? So, that's what's up.
Yeah, I started out DJing before I even picked up a mic. I was, using a mic then to hype up the crowd, but I wasn't rapping yet, you know what I'm saying? So I would say I was DJing first. That's what started the influence combined, all the artists, Jay-Z's, the Biggies, I can name a bunch of people.
But I'm saying, but like DJing, did somebody put them turntables in your hand? Like, what made you gravitate to DJing?
I would credit that the most. Yeah, that's a good question. I would credit that the most to my stepfather.
Shout out to your stepfather.
He was in the house just because he's coming from, obviously an older gentleman. He comes from the 80s era, so they was really DJing, the b-boying and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I would watch him DJ in the house or for, our family cookouts, and that really intrigued me. So it started with one Christmas. My mother just bought me some DJ equipment. I asked for it, and the rest is history.
I'm saying, though, because obviously people think DJing is playing music, blending shit. It take technique.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
yes.
was your stepfather like teaching you, like,
yes.
or
teaching me how to blend, teaching me how to cut. You know, and this is before Serato. I'm doing this, you know, on vinyl. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it was a process to DJing. You know, ultimately, definitely.
So you was doing like parties, or you just was DJing in the backyard and shit like
block
that?
parties, baby showers. Yeah, I was trying to get my name up. I was young, but you know.
So how many years you say you was DJing for? Like for real, like seriously, like yeah.
Yeah, well, all seriousness, when my name was DJ Stackz, I would say like about 3-4 years. Yeah.
So what happened? Why die down? Because DJing, that shit, there's a lot of money involved in it, like respectful.
Yeah, but coming from a cultural city like New York, there's so many. It's DJs everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Salute to the DJs, all the DJs around the world.
Hell yeah, we need y'all DJs.
You know what I'm saying? But when you competing in a place like New York and you trying to get your name up and you know fairly young at the time, to me it was just a constant challenge. It was so much names to compete with. So it didn't stop me. I was rocking all the way till Hurricane Sandy. My equipment got washed up in Hurricane Sandy. So
damn, sorry to hear that. So as an artist now, since you was already DJing, you already know the importance of having a relationship with DJs.
Yeah.
So do you got any like relationship with any certain DJs, or you just try to mix and mingle with any DJ that'll hear your music? Or
at that time, I was trying to mix with any DJ. Okay. It wasn't even one particular DJ. Of course, all the teen DJs, the teen parties and stuff like that, but the goal was to try to get around DJ enough and funk flex and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that was ultimately the goal.
That's what's up. So when did you fall in love with like the actual rapping part of it? You know what I mean? Because DJing, it's kind of easy because you ain't really got to think about it. You playing the hottest records, but when it comes to being an artist, you got to sit down and you got to get your pen right. So tell us about the time when you say, you know, I'm going to fall back for DJ. I'm going to step into, you know what I mean, to the artist.
That was the year 2013.
Okay.
I was in North Carolina that year. I was living there with my mom at the time. She just went down there. So I was in a whole new state. And, you know, being down there, I think what motivated the most, because, you know, our accent, being from New York and then being in the South, the friends, you know, the friends that I was running with at the time, still my dogs to this day, they put the main battery in my back. It was like, yo, Stackz, you need to rap. Like,
hold on, why they say that though? Like they heard something, or
we were freestyle. Okay. I started freestyling on the porch, you know, around the way. Yeah. And I always, from DJing, you know how to put words together, but I never attempted to do it on any type of wax until the year 2013. So I was freestyling with them, and then they was like, nah, you should really take this serious.
But how you felt about it though? Was you confident enough? Like, because I feel like once you're an artist, you got to be hard on yourself. You know what I mean? You hear your friends and shit like, oh, yeah, but did you feel confident enough?
I think so, because I've heard that same comment when I was DJing. Like, my voice, it's a distinctive sound. You know it, you know, when you come in the room, you don't have to see me type of thing. So I was always kind of pushed to do something with my voice, you know, with DJing. And then as soon as I started freestyling, it was like, yo, take it serious. But it took some time because I didn't record. I was rapping that whole year, but my first recording was like December of 2013, yeah.
But why though? Why it take so long to record?
Learning the studio game. I was recording in attics and garages before that. You know what I mean?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I feel like you could make hits out of them type of situations. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I was learning. I didn't know. Like, now I'm so inclined with, you know, multiple studios and recording at home or recording on the go. But at the time, I was so new to it as far as recording. It took me some time until I came back to New York and the studios everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of rappers. I hit the road running. You know what I mean?
All right, so you said your stepfather was, you know what I mean, introduced to DJing.
Yeah.
So who introduced you to the music? You know what I mean? Also, who was the person that help you get better? Because you got to have somebody that you look up to, like, you know, damn, yo, or somebody that's like, you know what, now you can go harder.
Yeah.
Who was that person? Shout them out.
I'll say my dad.
Shout out to his
Definitely
pops.
My pops, for sure, because growing up before all of the DJing, you know, growing up, him trying to put me and my sister to sleep, he would play, you know, 107.5 WBLS at nighttime in New York. They would play house music and all types of other genres of music. So it started from there. Okay. You know what I'm saying? My father was always playing some type of sound, whether it was in the house, you know, on the way to school, something. You know what I mean? So.
All right, so you said your pops, he played all the house music and stuff like that. All right, so let's talk about that. How was the support from your family when they knew you wanted to pursue your music. Because I feel like, I tell artists all the time, if you thinking or banking on your family and friend to support you, don't, because they not. Like, you know what I mean? So talk about the support.
That's exactly what it was in the beginning. I was trying to hold it back. When I first came back from North Carolina, I was telling my family I wanted to rap. They looked at me and laughed like, man, I know you're not serious. Because everybody was doing it, you know what I'm saying? But from my particular family, I only had like about 3 or 4, you know, people that attempted to do music. So they just was like, man, I hope you're serious. Yeah. More than anything. But no, I wasn't getting no support, no family at my first shows, none of that. Like, I had to literally make them believers.
Well, look, let's talk about it though. At that time, how did it make you feel? Because I'm gonna be honest, I'm an artist too. At first, like many years ago, I was like, yo, damn, like, why, like, family, they supposed to support you. Then I started thinking about, you know what, this is for me. This is my dream. Fuck them. Either y'all with me or against me. Yeah. So tell us about you, how you felt.
You know, I had to learn that way too. The more I matured as I got older, the things that I was talking about when I was younger, man, most of my family didn't want to hear that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I had to analyze that when I got older. In the middle of it, I felt exactly how you felt. Like, man, where the support at? I'm telling them I'm doing something positive. I'm sending them the invites to the shows and all that. They not coming. Yeah. So, and it wasn't nothing personal. It's not that they didn't believe in me either. It was just, I personally think it was some of the things that I was talking about at the time.
No, that's a fact. I mean, I did, on my last interview, I had an artist up here a couple of weeks ago, and I told him, like, yo, your family straight haters, because that's how I feel. Because at the end of the day, because I feel like personally, if you love me, like you say you do, you gonna support me. Yeah. But then I had to realize also, you gotta find your audience. Like, you understand what I'm saying? The people that, is this how you passionate about your music? You gotta find fans that's passionate and artists. You gotta mix in it. That's how you find it. But people don't understand it. So let's speed it up to 2025. Do you still feel that same way? Or are they supporting you more? Do they believe you? Because obviously, you probably put out mad songs already. You probably been in shows. So let's talk about the support right now.
It's totally different. Now I got family trying to keep up. Like, yo, why you ain't inviting me nowhere? Oh, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those. But for some, and then you got some, like you were saying with the support, you have some people that support in the physical. Yeah. Then I have some people that support literally anywhere they can. Okay. By, you know, try to chime in for a studio session, pay for a beat, something. You know what I'm saying? And they'll look out. I done had Christmas gifts. People bought me beat packs. You know
that's what's up. Shout out to whoever did that, because I never had that shit done for me. Like, I don't know if y'all ain't like my music. I never told me, but I'm just saying that's what's up.
Or in that same sense, I had certain family members tell me, like, you know what, I think you sound better on these style of beats, and they'll buy those beats or pay for the session for me to record it. To me, that goes a long way versus
that's a fact.
Then you standing in the crowd, because if that's just not your bop being at a show, that's not your bop. You know what I mean? But there's other ways you can support. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
All right, so early on, did that want you, like, nobody was supporting you, especially your close friends, did that want you like, nah, I don't want to do this shit no more? Like, I can't get support from my
it's discouraging a lot, for sure. Especially when you look to the side and they don't support you, then they go to somebody else showcase that you know that's like,
let's talk about it. He ain't fucking better than me.
You know what I mean? Like you said, I'm all about showing love, but you can clearly recognize, like, all right, you know, I'm here, this person is there, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen that happen. I learned again through those situations. It's nothing personal. You don't know what ties they had. Again, just worry about yourself first and foremost.
That's a fact.
You know, just don't take it personal, because I've had people who didn't support me in the very beginning, and now they one of my biggest supporters.
That's a fact. So don't give up, pretty much. Just continue. You know what I mean? Just focus on what you're supposed to be focused on, being an artist. You know what I mean? Once you make great music, people gonna fall in line. If they don't, they just a hater. I'm gonna continue to say that shit.
Simple and plain.
At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck who you is, even your enemy. If they make great music, great music is great music. You know what I mean? All right, so let's talk about, like, you taking your craft serious. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, not just the support, is the money it costs. Like, you understand? So imagine you not getting support and you fucking damn near working extra hours to pay for something that you believe in. You know what I mean? All trickles down and shit like that. So you trying to take this thing for real, for real.
Very serious, very.
Like, you trying to, like, get signed to a major, or you comfortable? Like, what's success to you, matter of fact? Because everybody think, oh, I gotta be Jay-Z successful. I gotta have hundreds of millions of dollars to be successful. No. we talking about right now in a human form. Like you could make $200,000 off music. You should be good with that. You know what I mean? So talk about what success means to you.
Right now, success means to me, literally, 2 days ago, I just came from Philly doing a show in Philly. I'm literally on tour right now as we speak. I went to Texas, Baltimore,
that's what's up,
Philly, LA, and I had a show in Newark earlier this month. No, in June, pardon me.
Oh, that's what's up.
I said that to say success to me, it's not signing a major or being on a big platform or anything like that. It's being consistent and people is acknowledging your work for me. You know what I mean? I don't even care about a big payout or anything like that. Of course, we all want that. You know what I'm saying? But right now, it's literally being able to like be in a certain spot. You look around the room and your song is playing and people is genuinely, bopping and vibing. To me, I won.
That's what's up.
That's for me. You know what I'm saying? So other people, it's different. But success in its entirety, man, I went from having, 10 plays on my music, stuff like that. Now I'm waking up, it's 500 plays, 1,000 plays. I only know about 200 people. You understand what I'm saying? So that's a win, Being on a podcast, that's, obviously hand in hand with music because podcasts could go so many ways.
Hell yeah, for sure.
But my music was able to get me to a platform. That's a win. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. So how do you stay consistent? You know what I mean? Especially in them times where you feel like you had lack of support or you felt like nobody was rocking with you and you felt like, damn, am I making great music? Like, was it a particular person? Because everybody got that particular person they go to like, yo, I'm going to listen to this person.
Yeah.
Like.
I wouldn't say just one particular person.
Okay.
So it would be things, you know what I'm saying? Especially when things slow down with music, you ain't getting no show dates, stuff like that. You have to reiterate yourself, reinvent yourself so many ways. Like, there's things of music that goes on, but that I still haven't touched yet. Like, for certain things, freestyle rapping on IG and stuff like that. I don't have those videos, but I have a bunch of videos of me doing shows and stuff like that. So, for instance, if I don't really have anything going on, try something new in the book. See if I could bring in some more people by still doing what I do, but in a different way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what's up. So you said that you had shows in Philly, Newark, and I mean, obviously from New York. So any artist that's inspiring to do what you're doing, like come up and don't probably know what to do, let them know how do you get them shows and stuff like that. Did you reach out to some people and stuff like that, or?
This year, I have to be honest, because I've done many of shows over the years. But this year was the most that I've did the most shows and everything around it, radio and podcasts. But how do I get those type of things? Honestly, social network is the most powerful tool we got right now.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Besides word of mouth. Because, back in the days, it was tapes and, you standing outside of radio stations and you trying to get your music. Or now, I'm reaching out to people. Even if I'm not performing at the show, I'm hanging around. Like, you don't have to clap and salute for everybody.
That's a fact.
But I'm mainly paying attention to who's running the showcase, who's running, you know what I mean? I'm trying to talk to the owner and stuff like that. Not only that, when I'm at some shows, a lot of it lately, there's you never know who's running another showcase that comes.
That's a fact. You never know who's in the crowd.
Exactly. It books. Right now, my last few bookings been booking off of each other. I'll go to one show, somebody sees me there, and you're performing at this next. You know what I mean? So
that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So, what's your inspiration like to write your songs? Are they based on real life of situations or? One of your homies might have told you something. You're like, yo, that'd be dope concept for a song. Like, let the people know. Like, how do you come up with your songs and stuff like that?
I could be on my way here and see something that was kind of like crazy, man, and I have an ill thought about it. You know what I mean? And sometimes I jot it down in my notes. Sometimes it's repetitive in my head. I keep saying it over in my head. But for the most part, writing a song, that inspiration could be anywhere. Obviously, I think first it's easy to depict from your own life. I had 2 songs in movies before, so if you give me a general topic, I could definitely write about that, especially if it's relatable. It don't just necessarily have to be negative things in life that you feed off of to write. I have positive songs too, talking about very positive things, spiritual writing. You know what I'm saying? Just I'm inspired by God first and foremost. He keeps me blessed. Power to the Most High.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, so I could write about, you know, just feeling blessed for the day. You know what I'm saying? My inspiration comes from any and everywhere.
All right, so my last question was, would you let somebody write for you? Because, you know what I mean? I'm going to just tell you where I come from. My era, you know what I mean? I was born in 84, 40 years old, you know what I mean? And the golden era of hip-hop was in the 90s. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So you had to have first of all, you had to be tough. You had to be a thug, you know what I mean? You had to be one of them rugged dudes.
When he was rapping also, on the roof and all that,
yeah,
man.
And you had to have a fucking pen.
For real.
Like,
for real.
But I know, obviously, some people it said is business and shit changed, but me, I still believe that if you got a ghostwriter, you can't be mentioning none of them type of motherfucker top fives or top even tens. You're an entertainer at the end of the day. So how do you feel about it? Would you allow somebody to write? I'm talking about not a hook or nothing like that. I'm talking like a whole song for you. I'm not saying nothing wrong with it, but I just want to know your opinion.
I think the more I've matured in this industry again, I think I would be open to it. It has to make sense. Like, it literally has to sound like it came from my brain. You know what I'm saying? That's not hard to do. But I feel like the way that I write, you know, now with my own style, it has to be almost similar to the way that I write. So it would be believable coming from me, you know?
Okay, I got you.
But in its entirety, no, I'm not against it. I don't have anything bad to say. If it could be deceiving if you're not, you know, putting it out there. But if that's a label ordeal, then that's a label ordeal. Me personally, as an artist, I'm putting it out there, man. I ain't write that song.
All right, that's what's up. At least you mean, I respect the honesty, man.
But that goes like a producer credit. Everybody needs to get their credit, for real.
Now that's definitely a fact, man. And I'm happy that, you know, me being honest, because some people will lie, like, you know what I mean, not say like hell no.
Don't get me wrong. I've been in studio sessions and, you know, you got like 2 bars left. I had people throw, you know, a couple words in for me, stuff like that.
Oh, that's different. That's different. Yeah, if you in there, you got to. First of all, anybody in there with us, you got to be contributing somehow, my nigga. You just dead with it.
You know,
like, so.
Or this sounds better.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I take that exactly because I feel like that's constructive criticism in a sense too. Also.
Yeah.
So how would you describe your sound? Like
gritty. Or live.
Okay.
You know, broad. Because it just takes over a room. I've heard this as a DJ and as an artist. My voice is very distinctive. So I would say my style as an artist is very gritty. You know what I mean?
So you done with the DJing thing? You just sticking to the artist?
I dabble.
You get back in your. Oh, you do?
I dabble if I.
So
see
somebody could book you like for the DJ?
Nah,
like,
I ain't gonna do it. Nah.
I was trying to give you some business.
Because my brother, he says that. I still, don't get me wrong, I didn't lose my hands on the ones and twos. It's just I don't have my own equipment to do the bookings, and I don't. It's just like, you know, with rap, I'm not gonna play with it. You know what I mean? If it was a situation where I had access to somebody's equipment, I think I would though.
No, that's what's up.
Sure.
All right, so as an artist, like, do you work with a certain engineer, certain producer, or it don't matter?
No, it does matter for certain projects. It depends on what project I'm cutting. Most likely, if it's an album cut or, you know, something of that stature, I'm going to, like, you know, Explode Studios. That's my home studio out in Brooklyn, New York. Besides that, I can record anywhere. For me, it's just sound quality.
Okay, it gotta sound good.
It gotta sound good. Even the pre-mastered, you know what I mean? I'm not talking about the master version. The pre-mastered.
It gotta sound good, because you already know, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not coming here to waste no money.
Nah, that's a fact.
Or time to get BS recordings.
Nah, that's a fact.
You know?
All right, so being from New York, you know, there's a ton of artists out there, you know what I mean? There's a bunch of artists out there that's actually doing their thing. Is there any artists out there? I ain't even talking about mainstream, because obviously everybody goes to who they want to. I'm talking about anybody that you didn't collab with, that you see doing their thing, that you might want to work with. It could be an artist or producer.
That's a good question. Producer-wise, man, Show Beats. I had a few beats from him already. Okay. Show Beats, I like Show Beats. Right now, I'm in a whole new lane. I'm looking for new producers.
Okay.
Because I still feel like I haven't secured my own sound yet. Okay. That's why. But like I said, Show Beats was one to name. A2 on the beat. I use a lot of his beats. Who else? I just got the Body Like joint that's produced by DOTB. That's my first time using one of his beats.
Yeah,
but,
that shit is smashed. Respectfully.
You know, appreciate that.
What about any artists though? Like it could be R&B artists, reggae artists, rappers. You know what I mean? Because like I said earlier on the pod, I'm like, yo, there's nothing wrong with artists collab. That's actually a beautiful thing, and that actually broaden your audience.
Fans for fans.
Exactly.
Stuff like that. Mainstream wise, I would say people like Davies or
shout out to East. Okay.
Keep it on the New York side. There's so many artists out there.
So many, but it ain't one. It ain't one. You like, yo, I see that person doing that thing. And what's in the air?
I want to do a joint with Albie Al.
Oh, shout out to Albie Al.
Shout out to Albie.
Power too.
You know I want to do a joint with him. As far as mainstream, it's not too many mainstream artists that I'll mesh with. Nothing personal. It's just I've been around a lot of these people, and they are not the people.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Not on some tough guy stuff. It's some of these people be weirdos in real life, so I just stay away.
Nah, that's the truth. That's the truth.
Underground wise, man, I'm seeing a lot of people. Like it's a girl from Chicago. Her name is Mellow Bucks. I want to do something.
Shout out to Mellow Bucks. I heard her. Yeah,
you know what I mean. And so many people. It's some underground artists on our stories I was seeing on the way here. It's some people. Forgive me for not remembering everybody right now.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. Now I'm put you on the spot too. You know what I mean? So it's all good. So all right. So other than music, like you got any like merch, brand? You trying to hop in some films? You said you had your music and film.
Yes.
So what about any acting in your near future, or have you done any acting?
That's the next step.
That's the next step.
Directors, I'm open to it. I'm willing to audition. I'm willing to do my part and see what it takes, because that is the next step. I feel like it's a lot of things that go hand in hand with music, and besides clothing, acting is definitely one of them with music.
Okay.
There's so many, hood series and stuff like, not just hood series, but real good series going on that, I think I could play that part, you know what I mean? Especially Tubi movies. I want to get into one of those.
Yeah, hell yeah. For real. What about merch though? You got any merch? You know what I mean?
I'm working on that right now as we speak.
That's what's up. So
I want it to be genuine too. It's not, I know most people get into the merch just to really get some type of coin back, but for me, I want my merch to be like a H&M or Old Navy. I want it to be long lasting. Even when I'm not rapping, people still, that shirt is fire. So
it's bigger than merch. It's a brand pretty much. You want to change it to a brand.
Mm-hmm. So I'm working on that.
That's what's up. So I got a difficult. It's not a difficult question, but some people might. So for anybody that don't know who you are, why should they support you? And before you answer that, because it's a million. It was 1,000 rappers. Now it's 1 million rappers. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So how are you different, and why should they support you?
I would say for the newcomers that absolutely don't know me at all, it's easy to judge, especially off of the first song you hear from an artist.
That's a fact.
But I really display a lot of substance in my music, especially. My main single will be that. You'll go 3 songs down the line like, oh, nah, you talking. You know what I mean? Like, it's substance there. So I would like to say that's the main reason, besides just having the flair and, people know me. You know what I mean? It's the sound that you already hear. I have that. I'm just doing it in my own way. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. That's what's up. So as an independent artist, you know what I mean, what do you need that you don't have already? Like, you know what I mean? Especially like from anybody. It could be from podcasters. It could be from DJs. What are you missing as an artist that you feel like is stopping you from reaching to that next level? You know what I mean?
I think I would say my own sound, and that comes with, I wouldn't even just say one particular position, 2 positions. Mm-hmm. That starts with a producer. I want to have my own home producer. I'm locked in with a few producers too. My album was made by Cool Kid P. He's from Brooklyn.
Oh, that's what's up.
But, I try to keep it moving. There's so many sounds, you know what I mean? So I try to, but I want to lock in with one producer, like almost like my brother. I'm with him for the whole duration for the project, and we just thinking of it from scratch, and then we going in there and locking in. I want to do it with a producer and a home DJ. I need a home DJ for sure, like a touring DJ or something like that, because it's nothing better than with somebody that knows how to play your music, especially when you're on the road.
Nah, that's a fact. So what's next, man? Like projects, what's coming out? Let the people know what you got coming out.
I have a project coming out, I'll say early September, because we didn't exactly decide on a exact date yet. But I recorded some of this tape while on the road as well. Mm-hmm. So I would say early, like first week of September.
So you got what's the name of it though?
We still brainstorming.
Okay, I respectfully.
But the project is done. this is one of the first projects. Usually I come up with a name and I have like the amount of songs I'm gonna do. This one I did it backwards. I just left a blank canvas, recorded, waited till the end of the tour, and now we got something. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, okay, this makes sense. So now we putting everything in sequential order. I'll lie to you now, I probably have a name by the end of this week, but right now I don't have a name yet.
That's what's up. So let the people know where they could support you, where they could follow you at if they want features and all that good stuff.
You can follow me on IG at RNL Stackz. For the people that, want features, you want to get close to me, or you just simply want to reach out to me, feel free to DM me. I also have my EPK up there in my links. Tap the link. You can see my feature pricings, my show dates. You want to get to know me, everything is there on my EPK.
That's what's up. Once again, I want to thank my special guest, RNL Stackz, for pulling up on us on the Hello Effect podcast. Hey, yo, make sure you follow him. Dope artist. He got a smash single that's going crazy, yo. If you in a strip club, 1001s, or the
body like going crazy, let's
like
go.
Respectfully, you know what I mean? And make sure, you know what I mean, you don't miss this episode.
Let's go.